Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing really well. In today's video I have a video topic which I am very passionate about, and I want to also discuss the impact it has on the fragrance world, because obviously we love to talk about fragrances in general. Whatever happens in the world, always think of the fragrance world as well. Anyways, I don't know if you guys have heard the news that the Kering group is on a minus 40 to 45% loss for this year so far. Obviously this news article is all over the internet, and it's quite like eye-opening that a huge company like Kering Group, like Kering Fashion Group, is in a huge loss so far. Like, they're not making profit, they're not making any money, and it really shows the economy, it really shows the inflation, and really shows like the spending habits of luxury consumers that has changed. If you guys are unfamiliar with the Kering group, I have the list here on my phone. I'm gonna show you guys and talk you through what brands includes in the Kering group. So basically the Kering group is like a huge organization like LVMH, which has different brands within that huge brand, basically Kering. So the brands that include are Gucci, YSL, Boucheron, Bottega. Boucheron is a jewelry brand, I'm sure you guys know. Bottega, Balenciaga, McQueen, Puma, Brioni, two other brands which I don't even know. Pomellato, which I know is another jewelry brand, another brand which I don't know. Lindbergh kinda rings bells. Creed, which is fairly new, they have acquired Creed fragrances, and also Valentino 30%. But Valentino, I feel like it's not affected because Valentino is the top brands which are in the hot list brands basically. But the brands which are really affected are Gucci, YSL, Bottega, Balenciaga and McQueen. Now, these brands, if you think about them, they're huge. They make millions. And seeing that the organization is not making money in general is quite concerning, you know, as a consumer, as a maybe staff member, as people who work within these companies. It's quite concerning that these brands are not making money. But anyways, this is a huge topic. This is something, obviously I'm not here an expert in this kind of topics that I want to talk about a lot, but I just want to give you guys a heads up that these brands or this company is struggling. And then I thought, okay, these brands, they are, not gonna lie, some of them are hot, some of them are not so really. You guys know what I mean. And will this has an impact on the fragrances? Because obviously all of these brands have fragrances as well. And I thought I'm gonna just share with you guys like the brands which have got the fragrances, and just talk you through if they're popular or not and so on. So let's just get into this. The first brand I want to talk about is Balenciaga. Oh my goodness, if I talk about Balenciaga, you guys know that it's such a controversial brand. I mean, it's so funny because obviously celebrities are endorsing it now. People kinda, it's mostly celebrities to be honest, that I see kinda endorsing that brand again. I don't know what amount of money they've been paid to do this, but obviously the scandal has been done, and I feel like I'm still not, me personally, I'm still not over that scandal. Whatever happened, I think it's just wrong, and honestly I don't really see myself promoting or supporting the brand as if I'm already buying Balenciaga, which I'm not. I only own one pair of shoes, the race runners, but I have put them on my Vinted. Yes, I put in one Vinted that I want to sell, because honestly, if you're looking for those shoes in the khaki green color, they're up on my Vinted. It's a drama blogger. Please hit me up because I don't want to wear those shoes anymore, and they are brand new. I've worn them once or twice, but they're literally brand new. But anyways, Balenciaga has fragrances since 1970s, 1960s, 1940s. Very old fragrances that they had back in the days, and the newest collection is called Flora Botanica, which was launched in 2012 and 2013. Those fragrances are fairly new, but still since then I have not seen a single fragrance from this brand, and they are not popular. Not many people talk about the fragrances anymore, obviously back in the days. And also the fragrances from 2013, people don't know this. People don't even know that they even exist. So I feel like Balenciaga fragrances are down the drain. they're not popular. Their fashion, the clothes that I see, some of the clothes, I've seen a TikTok recently, I think it was yesterday actually, that they sell that bracelet tape for $3,000. Like, oh my goodness, who's gonna buy this? Please. The stuff is just insane. The fashion is crazy, not my style at all. I mean, if you like it, you do you. But the fragrances, again, down the drain, not popular. They're really flop. And the company, the organization which owns Balenciaga fragrances is Coty. Coty, again, similar like Kering Group, is another huge organization which owns other beauty brands within that umbrella. I'm not gonna list the brands because if I list the brands, we'll be here for hours and hours, but you do you Google research and you will know what kind of brands Coty owns. Top of my head, Kylie, Burberry, Gucci, you know, all of these brands that you can imagine is owned by Coty. So do your research because it's quite interesting as well. Well, the brands that I'm showing you guys are basically in on order. Basically, number 5th was Balenciaga. On number 4th place, in my opinion, these are all the rows that I'm gonna talk about. On number 4, least popular brand is Alexander McQueen. Again, back to the fashion. Everything has like a fashion thing, like because of the fashion industry is huge, so huge, and has such a big impact. McQueen, the designer, has changed. The recent fashion show, it was a huge flop according to online. And when I saw the fashion show, I was like, yes, I'm not into this at all. And again, the fragrances, they used to sell this exclusive, beautiful, the bottles are actually really beautiful, different type of colors of fragrances, but again, not popular anymore. And I feel like they are all discontinued. Even Balenciaga, I feel like they're all discontinued. And again, McQueen, I have not seen them, and I feel like they're also all discontinued fragrances. The bottles, they look like this, and I don't know what the name of this. This was just the McQueen collection. It was quite mysterious, quite dark. It's got like an everlasting dream, luminous orchid, sacred osamtos, vetiver moss, dark papyrus, papyrus. So very interesting names, and again, not popular anymore, and not many people talk about the fragrances because they're not available to purchase anymore. Cause McQueen fragrances are just not it. They're not popular. And again, another brand which is owned from Coty is McQueen. Alexander McQueen is also owned by Coty, and again, another flop, if I say so, of another unsuccessful brand which is owned by Coty. On number 3, we're talking about my favorite designer, which is Bottega Veneta. When I saw this, oh my god, I feel so sad that Bottega is not really doing profits, but I think compared to all of these Kering Group, Bottega is one of the brands that does make its profit. Because obviously Matthew, he's also really good what he does. Obviously, Bottega is like this classic woven designs, leathers, so beautifully done, and I love it. Bottega fragrances, I feel like they had hit and misses. Some of them are really popular, like the old ones which has been launched in 2011, 2013, and also they have the exclusive collection as well, which is more like a unisex collection. The name of this collection is just called Parco Palladiano collection, if I'm not wrong. It's a unisex collection that have different type of scents, again more orientated like of the nose, like neroli, like vetiver, and so on. Very light, classic designs, but again, not many people talk about the fragrances. They're not really as popular as in this mass market of perfumes, and it's a shame. I feel like this collection is available in Harrods and Selfridges, and yeah, I mean, I have tried a few, but not many. And again, Bottega is owned by Coty, so it's another brand which is in the really kind of fragile list within the fragrances. So Coty is really suffering at the moment with these brands, because it's really interesting, because if brands are not performing well, then the huge company has a loss. Moving with another brand which I think is really sad is Gucci. Again, let's talk about Coty. Gucci is owned by Coty. Gucci Beauty is all owned by Coty. So the makeup, the fragrances, and so on. You guys know Gucci is such a huge organization and a brand, you know. and I feel like it's really, really popular. Again, moving back to the fashion, the designer has changed. Michaelo, is this his name? Yes, he left the brand, and then another designer has stepped in, which I love actually. I love the newest fashion from Gucci. I feel like it's more minimalistic, more classic, but not many people like it. So, I don't know. I really like the new Gucci. It's not in your face, you know, it's all about this classic, minimal, quiet luxury look that people talk about nowadays. But yeah, in terms of the fragrances, I feel like Gucci is still up there. People still love it and so on. So I don't know. Definitely Gucci fragrances are still up there in kind of the market. So they're still strong in the game. If you look at the fragrance portfolio from Gucci, you guys know that Gucci has this fragrances back in the days from 1993, 1974, which is the oldest launch from Gucci. So you guys know they're really, really up there in the market. So they have very old classic scents back in the days in 1970s, 1990s. Of course, they have the Flora by Gucci collection. They have the Flora by Gucci Garden collection, which I really remember really, really well. They have the Gucci Bamboo collection. They have the Gucci Bloom collection. They have the Gucci by Gucci collection as well. The Gucci Intense Oud. Wow. Gucci Guilty is another very strong line from this, which had so many launches. Wow, it's a lot. The list goes on and on and on. They have the Gucci Premier. They have the Gucci Rush. And of course, the Unisex collection, which was launched in 2021 or 2019, which is the Alchemized Garden by Gucci. So, and there you have so many fragrances has been launched year after year. So they have a huge list of brands within their fragrance portfolio as well. And lastly, the one last brand which I think is number one in my opinion, which I think is really, really hot. So poor brand that has been suffering within this list is YSL Yves Saint Laurent. The fashion is very up there. It's very androgynous, very cool, very like, you know, very modern and very, very up there into the high-end fashion. And of course, the fragrances. Now, the fragrance department, the beauty department from YSL, because YSL also does makeup as well. They're really, really huge into their makeup. It's all owned by L'Oreal, and you guys know that L'Oreal is the number one brand up there in terms of the beauty world. So you won't be seeing that the fragrance world will be suffering with this, because they're owned by L'Oreal. L'Oreal is really, really strong, very huge. And of course, they have launches after launches. You guys always see them on social media, and I don't think so that the fragrance department will be suffering just because that the fashion world is suffering at the moment. Doesn't mean that the fragrances will be suffering with YSL. Same with Gucci, because I feel like Gucci is again Coty's number one brand. So Gucci will be up there in the market, and even with YSL, they will be up there in the market because it's owned by L'Oreal. Not only is owned by L'Oreal, they have strong brands. I mean, yes, they have strong brands within the L'Oreal portfolio, as well as YSL on its own is really, really strong. They have so many classic old fragrances that they still do. And of course, they have launches after launches. The, you know, Opium collection, the Libre collection, which I think is top 4 hot best fragrances out there in the world in fragrance department. Of course, they have the makeup as well, which is really, really popular. So I don't think so that the fragrances or the beauty department will be suffering from YSL, but still, it's the fashion is up there in the Kering group. So it's very, very interesting to see that. And it's also kind of interesting to see the business side of you, that the fashion is owned by Kering, and the makeup and the fragrance is owned by L'Oreal. With the Gucci, you know, fashion is owned by Kering and the beauty is owned by Coty. So it's very interesting how the fashion and the fragrance world are all separated by different umbrellas of huge organizations up there. So it's very interesting. But anyways, so this was it. So do let me know if you guys want me to do videos like these, more like business updates and this kind of fields. If you guys find this interesting, then do let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow me on my socials. Everything will be linked down below. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I will see you guys in my next video.